Shell has given me like complete freedom to really just kind of put my full creativity out there and just kind of like have fun. Well, hey everyone, my name is Shay. I am the social media specialist for the WashRoom laundry service. And I have been in that role for probably about a year and a half now, give or take. And so far, everything has been amazing. Shell has given me like complete freedom to really just kind of put my full creativity out there and just kind of like have fun. As a social media specialist, I would summarize that as really taking your creativity and bringing it to life for everyone else to love, while also like delivering that brand messaging, that you do life, we'll do laundry. Make sure that really comes across all of their social media platforms. My average day of work really consists of me just formulating some ideas, really playing around with them, what I like, what I don't like. There might be 2 or 3 drafts of certain things. I might shoot some things to Shell to get her opinion. But for the most part, it's just kind of me on my computer and really just going back and forth with my own ideas. This was my first role that was solely focused on social media. It's always had like bits and pieces. Well, it was always kind of like a small part of like previous roles, but this was the first role that I actually had to solely focus on social media. And I would say it's been a learning process, but it's also been fun too, because I don't get to kind of put that creativity out in like a daily basis in other roles. So that's a nice way to kind of harness all of that in a little box and deliver it to you all. What is it like working for the WashRoom laundry service? It's amazing. The culture here is great. Shell and her team, they really take care of us. They value our opinions, and they really just kind of, like I said, they give me the freedom to really just kind of like put all of my creativity in one space. And she just kind of like, go for it, shoot your shot. It's almost like she's been a cheerleader for me with all this learning that I've been doing, to really make sure that we're steady elevating the WashRoom content. And it's amazing to me. What I'm looking forward to the most is really going in and seeing how people are engaging with the content. I feel like a stalker sometimes, because randomly I'll just pop on my phone like, let me see what the WashRoom is doing today. Like, who's interacting, who's liking what type of posts are getting the most engagement. So I think that's the best part for me. That's really what I'm looking for. I think my role is almost like the silent partner, because nowadays, social media is everything. Like, before I buy anything, I'm going to look at their reviews, I'm going to look at their Instagram. And I think a lot of people probably within my generation probably do the same process when they're looking to buy things. So I think that my role has really kind of helped push a lot of that forward into the forefront, because, now that they see, we have a very dominant social media presence. We're on different platforms. We have different type of content out there. I think people are more willing to work with us, partner with us, and buy from us because we do have a social media presence now. My process to creating a lot of the content really just kind of starts with me formulating a list of ideas and just kind of plugging and placing what I think has worked so far, and ways to kind of like continually elevate that. So for example, one of the original posts that I ever did for the WashRoom was just a random review. And for whatever reason, reviews seem to really drive in a lot of engagement for whatever reason. So I've just been continually thinking of ways to like elevate that. So now we've added in, testimonials along with the review, or we might make them, interactive, just ways to really continually grow the process. Well, not even the process, but grow the content and grow the platform and things like that. But the process varies depending on the day, depending on how creative I'm feeling. Like it really depends. I really appreciate everything that Shell has been doing, not only for those here at the WashRoom, but really out in the community too. Like the other day, I was on the phone with her and she was doing something at one of her customers' back to school drive, which, she didn't really have to donate. She didn't have to do any of that, but she decided to. And I really think that really kind of like pushes that scenario forward, that women in business, you can do it. You can have it all. You can have the family, you can have the business, you can have the career. Like, you can. I really believe in what Sashelle and the team is doing. I just feel like I want to do my part to really see, them succeed in whatever it is they decide to do with the washroom. And I think that's really the biggest motivation for me, because I know Sashelle from like outside of a working standpoint, like she's my big sister, and I just want to see her win. And I think that's my biggest motivation. Like if there's anything I can ever do to like help her, motivate her, push her, I'm going to do it. So here we are. People should choose the washroom because, for one, it's the first Black-owned, female-owned laundry service in the Charlotte area. We were the first. There might be a couple now, but we were the first. And also, it's family-oriented, and it's almost kind of like that entrepreneurial spirit. Sashelle really came from the bottom, essentially, and she's worked her way through all of the rigor and all of that good stuff to really kind of see this thing through to flourish into what it is now. And I think a lot of people can appreciate that. I appreciate that. Where do I see the washroom within the next year? At the top. And honestly, I can say that just from, listening to Shell and seeing, the goals that she's tracking and how she is tracking towards those goals, I do see her hitting that number that she has in her mind. And from a social media standpoint, some things that we're tracking is click through. We're also trying to increase like actual active followers. So like that engagement number. Like we have a great deal of followers now, but we want to kind of get those followers active with our page. So you'll start to see more stories. You'll start to see more like personable pieces. Like you'll start to see faces of our employees. You'll start to see faces of customers and things like that, just to kind of bring that personalization piece to the public forefront.